he kind of taught me to do something he loved. I went to school for zoology and primatology, which is the study of primates, and animal behavior and characteristics. That's a lot of work that I put into the animals. I have a really good team to help me run this zoo. I have a little bit over 300 animals in my zoo, and I brought a really, really good collection today. Mammals, reptiles, and a bird. Anyone like birds?
I like birds.
You want a little bird or a big bird?
A
Big bird. All right, big bird. So the way we're going to do this, we're going to listen up. We do not want to speak unless you raise your hand and I call you, but I want to get started first because you can hear the animals are anxious, right? They want to see you guys. So when I come around and I say it's okay to touch an animal, we're going to stretch our arm out like this to touch. If you do not want to touch, you just shake your head like this. You say, no, thank you. You don't want to touch. So we're not going to force anyone to touch. There's no reason why you need to get up and run away or scream and be afraid. All of the animals are trained like myself. Yes, you had a question? I can't hear what you said.
I just want to see the animals, I don't want to touch them.
Okay, it's cool. Well, who wants to touch the animal? Raise your hand. Who wants to touch? That's what the show is about. It's about touching. Hands on. Really, really close. Now, my zoo is not the zoo you come to. But my zoo bring the animals to you. I'm going to give out some cards at the end of the show. My first animal I'm going to start out with, his name is Reuben. Who would like to meet Reuben? All right, hold your hand out for Reuben. The theme for libraries, it's called Libraries Rock. Who ever heard that saying? You guys heard Libraries Rock? All right, let's say it really loud. Let's say Libraries Rock.
Libraries rock.
Now, what libraries rock mean, libraries are really cool. We have some really cool music to go along with the theme, and there's lots of knowledge in our books that you find out here. So after the show, if you have any interest in any of the animals or something that you want to know more information about, make sure you see your librarian and check out some books, okay? All right, let me get ready to bring out Reuben. He's our first animal. Now, because we have a big group in the middle, I may not be able to get to everyone in the middle, but I'm going to save some animals for everyone to touch at the end of the show. If you do not get an opportunity to touch when I come around, because we have a big group. All right, hold your hand up. What kind of animal was that? All the way in the back over here. All right, he's thinking about it. All right, right here. What kind of animal was that? A raccoon? A what? A wolf? Okay, a wolf. Right here. A fox. What's your name? Oh, let's all give Elena a big round of applause. Good job. It's a fox. Now, if you look at his color, he's called the silver. Can we say silver fox? The silver all over his body is the reason why he's called the silver fox. Now, when you look outside, who ever seen a red fox running around in their backyard sometime? Now, we do have red fox in Michigan. We also have a gray fox in Michigan, but not the silver fox. The silver fox comes from Europe. Who else in Europe? Now, the reason why it's called a silver fox, you can see his silver over his body. He's only 13 weeks old. The fox is going to get a lot bigger. His coat, in the wintertime, when it gets really cold outside, it is going to get much thicker, much more thicker, about 4 times as thick as it were today. Now, is he a plant eater or a meat eater? Raise your hand if you can tell me, all the way in the back over here. Is he a meat eater or a plant eater? Which one? Meat? Okay, he said a meat eater. Let's give him a big hand. Meat eater. Who can tell me what do we call animals that eat only meat?
Lion.
Go ahead.
Carnivore.
A carnivore. Let's give both of them a big round of applause. A carnivore. Next animal we're only looking. Let's just look at this little girl. She's 8.5 years old. I am going to bring her out. Her name is Poochki. Are you guys ready to meet Poochki? Honey bear. Let's all say honey bear.
Honey bear.
She is also known as the Kinkajou. So she's the Kinkajou and the honey bear. When I bring her around, I want you guys to take a close look at her eyes. She's just like a bat or an owl. She's nocturnal. Nocturnal meaning normally she's asleep right now in the wild. But she's awake because she's in our zoo. I'm going to demonstrate the power of her tail. I want you to see how special her tail is and the purpose for her tail. Let me bring her around. Alright, can we all say jungle? I want to all say rainforest. Rainforest. So she lives in the jungle and rainforest of Central and South America. She's 8.5 years old. She can possibly live about 30 to 35 years. They live a long time. Now she's a mammal because she had hair. When she reproduces and have little babies, they're already going to be alive. They have live birth. They do not lay eggs. And then also, when she has babies, she's going to nurse her babies with milk. So they feed their babies milk. When you look at reptiles, reptiles never feed their babies milk. And there's only a few reptiles that have live birth. Now this special tail here that you see, it's called a prehensile. Can we say prehensile? Prehensile. Prehensile tail, there's muscles in her tail where she can support her entire body weight just by her tail. Now she has 4 legs. The tail works as if it were a 5th limb, like an extra leg. It's going to give her balance when she's really high in the trees, up really high. Because if she fall out of the tree and fall on the ground, it can be really bad for her. She may not survive the fall. And that's why she needs a special tail like this. I'm going to get ready to put her away. I'll take a couple questions about the honey bear. Anyone have any questions about the honey bear? All right, right? No, she's not a monkey. She's actually closely related to a red panda. Yes, sir? Okay, good question. She said, what else does it eat? So it does not just eat bananas. They eat peaches, plums, strawberry, kiwi. They do not like citrus fruits. So they do not like things like grapefruit or lemon or orange. So they eat many different types of fruit. Apples. All right, someone else had their hand up over here. Anyone else? All right, who's ready for this next one? It's a very, very special animal. We're only looking. Now this one, her name is Luna. Luna is only 3 months old. All right, she's not just any kind of owl. She's the largest species of owl in the entire world. Like we said, she's only 3 months. It's only going to take her about another 3 months to reach her full size. She can glide across the room, but she can't fly really far right now because she doesn't have all of her feathers. She's still really fuzzy right now. Now let's do our arms like you're flying. So you kind of see the owl when she stretched her wings. Did you all feel the wind when she were flapping her wings? Now imagine she only have a wingspan of about 4.5 foot right now. She's going to gain 2 more foot. So she's going to have a 6.5 foot wingspan in the next 3 months. She's female. Female are much bigger than the male in the owl species. The Eurasian eagle owl, she's found in Europe. Can we say Europe? Asia. So Europe and Asia is where the owl is found, and it's nocturnal. Who can raise your hand and tell me, what do I mean when I say an animal is nocturnal? Right here, you can tell me? They hunt in the night, right? They're asleep through the day. Let's all give her a big hand. Good job. They sleep through the day, and they're awake at night hunting. Now let's do our hands like this, like we're squeezing something. The power of the owl is very, very powerful. That's why I had the special glove. It is made to withstand the pressure that the owl can squeeze. Now the owl is very powerful. It can eat a baby deer, rabbits, maybe coyote, and fox, like the fox that you see here. It can also eat small things like mice and rats and other different types of birds. Now the reason why it's so powerful and the talons are so long, it has to subdue its prey really fast. If the owl does not eat its food or destroy it really fast, then the owl could be hurt itself and it would not be able to fly away and survive. So when the owl sweeps down and it grabs with the talons, act like you're grabbing something, it's actually going to crush the skull of a fox when they grab the fox. That's how powerful it is. 800 psi, 800 pounds per square inch when it's squeezed. Squeezed tighter than any human being in the entire world. Very, very strong. And the owl, when it flies away, it does not eat the food on the ground. It takes the food in the trees. Who can tell me, why would the owl not eat the food where to actually capture it? Right here?
So another animal can't like come in and steal it.
So it won't steal the food, right? It won't take its meal. Let's give them a big hand. Good job. It's going to take the food really high in the trees. There's not many predators that can steal. Let me get ready to bring out Isabella. She's extremely cute. Let's fold our arms. She's not one that we're going to touch. She's only about 4 months old. I have her mom and her dad at my zoo. And in fact, I have about 13 of these species. But I'm the only zoo in Michigan that have one. Are you guys ready to meet Isabella? Put her diaper on. She put her clothes on herself. Did you get a good one? You got something? Isabella is a baby baboon. She's called Olive. Isabella, come over here. You gonna drop him out? Sure. Feel like a play. 4 months old. Who likes a little outfit? Anybody like a little big outfit? So when you look at the tail, give her balance, but she does not have a prehensile tail. It is not the tail that she used to actually hang from trees. Now when you look at gorillas and chimpanzees, they have no tail. But when you look at monkeys and baboon, they have tails. Okay, she's going to change the color of her forehead. You can see it's starting to change color already. And that's the reason why she's called the olive baboon. They're very, very powerful. I do not want anyone to think that these are pets. They're primates. Can we all say primates? Primates have to live in groups. So I do not have just one baboon. I have 13 of these guys. The mom and dad. Her mom is about 65 pounds. Her dad is around 108 pounds. They're big, they're strong. And she is going to grow about 60 pounds herself. But females are always smaller in this species. The males are really big. Her teeth, can we hold our hands out like this? Her teeth are going to grow, some canine teeth, over 2 inches long at the age of 3 years old. And then the power that she squeezes like this is going to be 6 times as strong as an adult human. And also they're omnivore. Who can tell me what is an omnivore? All right, all the way over here. What's an omnivore? Yes. Meat and plants. So let's all give them a big hand for that. Good job. Meat and plants. Because we're dealing with a big group, I am going to say 2 animals at the end that we're going to have all the children to come around and touch. But this next animal is only for the adults. All right, so kangaroo, they're only joeys when they're 13 months and younger. So just like dogs and puppies. When the kangaroo is 14 months and older, it is considered a kangaroo, but joey when it's 13 months and younger. Now, 3.5 years ago, he was born the size of a jelly bean. He was really, really tiny. They're not born into their mom's pouch. They actually have to make a little journey to the pouch. And when he crawls inside the pouch, a little pocket, he's going to stay there and nurse until he's big enough and fully developed where he can hop out of the pouch around 7 months old. It's usually when they generally leave the pouch. Who can raise your hand and tell me where do kangaroos come from in the wild? Where are they found? Right here? The desert? The desert where? All right, he's thinking about it right here? All right, right here? Australia. Let's all give her a big hand. Australia. Australia. He's found in Australia. And I have many kangaroos at the zoo. Make sure you go on our website. I will put the cards on the table at the end. Did you guys see his big feet? Let's put our hand down. Just one second. All right, when you're looking at Major, take a good look how big he is now. Remember the size of a coin, like a quarter, 29 years ago. I received him when I was a little child. Now he's about 60 pounds. He is not a turtle. The difference between turtle and tortoise is what? Who can raise your hand and explain what is the difference right here? What's the difference? A tortoise live on land, right? And tortoise live in the water? And in the water. What's your name? Oh, let's all give her a big hand. Good job. Turtles live in the water and on the land. When we look at tortoises, they only live on land. You have a question?
Does a tortoise like bite?
Well, he's really friendly. He does not bite. You never put your hand up to a turtle because a turtle will try to bite you. But he's a tortoise. He's really gentle. He's only a plant eater, a herbivore, eating lots of grass and dandelion and flowers and leaves. That makes up his diet. Now, when you go like this and you touch his shell, you can feel that. His shell is made of the same material that your fingernail and your hair is made of. It's made of the same thing. It's made of keratin. Now, he does not have any teeth, but his mouth is a beak, like a bird. And the beak is made to eat all the different types of grains that he will eat. He has no webbed feet. So you take a look at his feet, you do not see any web like you'll find on frogs and turtles. Let's wiggle our fingers like this. And let's move it in motion as if you're swimming. So if you're swimming, the web is going to push the animal through the water. But he does not have the web, so he's not going to swim. He will sink to the bottom. Now this actual species is able to live about 80 to 105 years old. There's some tortoises in the world that still live about 200 years. But he's not that species that lives 200 years. I'm going to bring up Mr. Jenkins. He's going to jump on her shoulder. And what you want to do, we're going to come in front right here. And we look at the audience over here. We'll just look at the audience. Let's take 2 steps up. One more step up. All right, just like that. Now you don't want to touch him. You just want to smile and let everyone take your picture. This is a dangerous species. He's really beautiful. A ring-tailed lemur. What's your name?
Lucia.
Say it real loud.
Lucia.
All right, let's all give her a big hand. Good job. It's a ring-tailed lemur. They're only found on one place on this entire planet. Who can raise your hand and tell me? Are we trying to get a new hand? Right here in the blue. Yes. Africa? Okay, where? In Africa. Let's see, I'm trying to get some new hands. All right, you know where?
They live in the woods.
The woods, okay, over here. You had your hand up.
They live in the forest.
The forest, where? Okay. Yes.
Madagascar.
Madagascar. Let's all give it a big hand. Island of Madagascar. The island of Madagascar, the continent of Africa, is where they live. That's the only place lemurs are found. Now that lemur, he can jump about 15 to 20 feet away when he's fully grown. He's molting, so you kind of see the fur coming off his tail and his body. He's replacing it with new fur. I'm going to get ready to bring out little Pee-wee. Pee-wee, we're not touching Pee-wee. We want to keep his middle eye open. I want to walk through really quickly. And let's come scooch over here on this side. I'm going to come around really quickly. I'm not going to stop for this one. Pee-wee is only 5 months old. He's a little baby. Gave him a little haircut. He's got a little mohawk. Who wants to see his little mohawk? So we're getting ready to bring our last animal out. The two animals that you just seen was the little monkey. His name is Pee-wee. Pee-wee is called a savanna monkey, the vervet monkey. He's also known as the blue monkey. If you look underneath his belly, the part of the skin had a blue tone, a little tint to it. And he's the monkey that spends most of his life in the trees. When you look at the baboon, the baboon spends most of her life on the ground. She's bigger and more heavy-bodied. His ears were starting to turn black, and if you look at little spots on his face, his head and face is going to turn an ebony color, all black color. Now these monkeys live in special groups. Can we all say troops? They're also omnivore. And again, many people see monkeys on TV and say, oh, hey, they would make a good pet. But we have to remember monkeys grow up, and monkeys can be very, very vicious. I spend a lot of time with each animal because every animal have a different personality. Just like you and your brother and your sister and your mom and dad, everyone have a different personality. The coyote is not the coyote that you find outside here in Michigan. That is the European coyote, growing about 15 to 20 pounds larger. His snout is a little bit slender, and you have a little bit more of a reddish tint. The one we have here have a more orange and tan beige color. Now the last animal, who's ready for the snake? All right. You want a little snake or you guys want a big snake? Raise your hand for a big snake. About like this? Or like this? All right, as big as we can. Once again, let's give Miss Melissa and Miss Cynthia Walker a big round of applause for us right now for the title. I want to thank all of you all for coming out to support library and the Kidz program.
Mom, you need to notice, use your hand a little bit better.
She's actually about to molt. Once you get the molting, then her
Their
specificates
scales look much
the
black.
snake is, as we said, 30-pound goat or a small goat or a 30-pound cow. Isn't that crazy? It's not because I looked at it's a girl, actually.
Can I say something to him before we leave? Because I'm not going to do it. You're whining behind. Okay? Go on out.
A deer, yeah, they probably catch the deer.
Hello, my name is Michaela Thomas of Kidz Biz, where knowledge is power. I am here speaking with Mr. Javon. Hi.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great, great.
I just have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
How many exotic animals do you have?
Today, normally I have a little bit over 300 animals.
Okay. What do you feed those animals?
Well, each animal had a different diet. Some of them are carnivore, which are meat eaters. Some of them are herbivores, they eat a lot of plants. Some are omnivores, they eat a little bit of both. Some of the animals, they have a diet developed where it's actually like a commercial diet for zoos. So they actually put all the minerals and vitamins together and you can kind of give them a dry food. But not every animal. Zoos have created a diet for that's commercial. So some of them we still have to feed the wild animals that they usually would eat in the wild.
Okay. What is your contact info?
For the contact information, someone can go to our website, the digit 1, like the number 1 exotic zoo, at gmail.com is our email, or 1exoticzoo.com is the website. And you also can use the phone number, which is 734-444-5266.
What positive message can you give the kids of today?
I would say read. Study a lot about animals, and when you study more about animals, we have a respect for animals. So when you read more about animals, you will learn to respect their life. When you're outside and you drink a soda pop or a bottle of water, you won't just throw it down on the ground because pollution can affect animals. So the thing that you just dropped on the ground, if an animal go over and try to eat that, possibly that animal could die because it gets stuck in their digestive system. And also when you look at pouring harmful chemicals in the grass, other animals go and eat that, and eventually it returns back to us, it goes back to us. So when we read and study about animals, you will learn to preserve, and that's what we do as far as conservation. We preserve the wildlife, animals in the wild. And the way we do that is by educating people. If you're miseducated or you're uneducated about animals, when you get educated about them, you learn how to respect them and you learn how we both benefit each other.
Thank you for doing my show today. I've been your host, Kidz Biz, of Kidz Biz, where knowledge is power, and Kidz Biz Live Radio. Kidz Biz, where knowledge is
power.
Kidz Biz, where knowledge is power. What do you want to be when you grow up?